Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. For those who are new here, my name is Mishti and I'm so excited to finally get into the groove of making videos again because exam season just completely threw me off and it threw me off my schedule. And I'm so excited to be back, and I've been away for a while, and by that I mean just 2 weeks, which is not that long. But I've really been enjoying making videos and I really missed just like talking to a camera. So now I'm back, my exams are over. Go me, and I have also graduated with my degree in English literature. Go me again. Now I have the option to do a fourth year or not, which I don't know. Let's not get into that. That's a whole different tangent altogether, which is just like bugging and eating at my head. But on today's video, I am so excited to finally do a Kindle review, and this has been something I have been meaning to do for months. I'm so excited for today's video because one of you guys reached out to me and you wanted me to make a feedback video on my Kindle and do a review and just like tell you everything about my Kindle. And yeah, I'm so excited to do that because I've just been constantly reading on my Kindle. I haven't even picked up a paperback, and if I have picked up a paperback, it was probably because I was on my Kindle and the battery died, but I also had a paperback, so I went and moved on to the paperback. That's probably just the reason why I would pick a paperback, because this thing has changed my life. And let me just like remove the cover because it looks much better like that. Hold on. So first of all, the first question I have been asked constantly is, how in the hell did you manage to get a Kindle when it's not being sold in India, and that too in this beautiful matcha color? So my Kindle came from the US and it's not available in India, which I know sucks. But if you're ever traveling to the US, or if you have a relative or a friend coming back from there, you should like definitely get them to bring you a Kindle, which is just like the best thing in the world. And mine was a gift, and I'm just like so grateful, and this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. So this is what my Kindle looks like. It's the Kindle Basic 11th generation in the color matcha, and just like take a look, it's so pretty. And yeah, so I got this in the month of February, and I wanted to do like a review after I've been using it for a while, so I can like get to know all the features and just like get my hand on it completely. And this has just been my third limb, and you will never ever catch me without my Kindle, except when it's like not charged, which is very rare because I always keep this thing on me because I know that anytime I'm gonna have like 5 minutes or 2 minutes, I'm gonna want to read. And honestly, this is truly the best thing for you if you're somebody who commutes a lot. And if you commute to work, if you commute to college, I think this would just like change your life because you can just read on the commute. And before getting a Kindle, I used to just read on my iPad. Even then, I used to feel like reading online was a little bit more easy than reading physical books, because by the time I get to reading, it just like takes away all of my energy, and I don't have the energy to like keep my neck straight and sit properly and just like hold a physical book, which is why I used to read on my iPad. But then since I got my Kindle, I've just been like reading on my Kindle, and this is the best thing ever, and this is the best investment you can ever make as a reader. So yeah, my Kindle is the Kindle 11th generation basic in the color matcha, and this was in the US, it was for $150 if I'm not wrong. And you can do the math. I'm not gonna do the math because I don't do maths here. So do the maths, you can calculate it, and that was how much it was for. I am so like, I've been planning to get a Kindle, or I've been discussing with my friends and everybody that I need a Kindle. I've been wanting it for so long, and Indian Amazon just doesn't have Kindles. I think if I'm not wrong, the only Kindle they have is the Oasis one, which is like 20,000 plus. And I'm sorry, but no in hell am I gonna get a e-reader for 20,000. Now they've also come up with alternatives. So there's also the Kobo Clara, I think that's what they call. So that e-reader is also really popular in India now. So if you can't manage to find yourself a Kindle, I think you can also get the Kobo. But honestly, this thing is just life changing. So the best features that I think the Kindle has is the dark mode, because it's just so easy to read at night. It doesn't have blue light, it doesn't hurt your eyes at all. You can just like sit at length and read for hours and it won't hurt your eyes. And it's even better if you're reading it on the dark mode. I usually like to read on the light mode, except when it's nighttime and if like everybody around me is sleeping. So that's when I read on the dark mode. But other than that, I am just like obsessed with it. If you're somebody who's just like struggling to get in reading time, if you have a busy schedule, I think this would just like change your life. Because so what if you're like waiting in line for a metro, you're waiting to place an order, you have your Kindle in hand and you just like open it up and start reading for like 5 pages in like 2 minutes. It's just so convenient, and you can just like read wherever, you can read whenever, you can be lying on your bed, you can be lying on your couch, you can be in a queue, you can literally be reading anywhere. And I take this with me everywhere. I will be caught reading in between lectures, you'll find me reading at work during lunch break. And this is just like life changing. Honestly, the night mode is the best when you have like a younger sibling like me and who has school the other day, so I can just like turn off the lights and read in my night mode. And if you're somebody who has big book fear, I think having a Kindle will literally change your life. Because okay, let me just show you this book, and this is just an excuse for me to flex this wonderful copy. And this is the Catabasis Arc. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is the Catabasis Arc. This is Rebecca F. Huang's new book, and it's just like so pretty. Just take a look. It says "To hell with love," literally, and this is the spine.
Oh my god, my Shayla, my Shayla.
And also, this is pretty hefty. This is what I mean by big book fear. So if this is a book that you feel intimidated by, and if you think big books aren't for you, read it on your Kindle. Life changing. And because it's just so thin and convenient, you won't even know when you finish like halfway through the book. You're not gonna even know how time passes by and how quickly you're gonna fly through that book. And just like it's just so convenient. And whenever you download like a really big book on your Kindle, it just feels like it's this small. How can this be that intimidating? It can't be. Which is why it's just so convenient. And I have currently been reading The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I'm on a Frida McFadden grind, and I just sandwich it in between like my deeper stuff. I am not enjoying the Tenant that much. It feels a little predictable. I think I'm gonna rate it 2 stars. I'm 80% through, so I'll let you guys know. Another aspect of having an e-reader that I absolutely adore is the fact that I am a mood reader, and it's so difficult for me to narrow down my choices. And also, I'm so indecisive that I just need so many options, because I need the book to just like call out my name and then I'm gonna read it. So that's why I just like love my Kindle, because you can load this baby up and she's going to give you so many options, and you just have unlimited options. You can get Kindle Unlimited and you're going to have more unlimited options. It just is perfect for a mood reader, and you have so many options. You can read whatever appeals to you. And especially when you're just like so down bad, and also if you're broke, great investment. Just read on your Kindle, get Kindle Unlimited, and it you don't need to buy physical books, which doesn't make sense coming from me. Just because I have a Kindle, that does not mean my physical books have stopped piling up, but it's also just a great investment. If you're someone who likes to read raunchy romance books and smut, also great bonus, because it has a passcode. Nobody can get inside your Kindle and nobody's gonna know what you're reading. And if you want to read smut in public, lower the brightness, dark mode, you're welcome. Nobody's gonna ever know what you're reading. So I also have a passcode. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but I do have a passcode because nobody ever goes on my Kindle. So I'm gonna show you everything that's on my Kindle. I think I have more than 80 books on my Kindle currently. Let me check. Oh, actually, I don't have 80 books. I have 123 books on my Kindle, and I have read 35 books on my Kindle since I got it in February. So, since February, 35 books have been read on this Kindle, and it just like has unlimited options. You can just like download whatever you want, you can read unlimited stuff. So, there are a couple of options on how you can get your books on your Kindle, how you can load your Kindle up. Of course, there's Kindle Unlimited. Kindle Unlimited is, I'm not sure what the price is. I think it's like 150 rupees or something, or it's 199. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check and put it on my screen. But it's pretty cheap, and it just has such a vast array of books, and you can just like pick anything you want. You can just download it. And Kindle Unlimited truly has some of the best like variety of books, and There's also Prime reading. So if you have Amazon Prime Video, and if your subscription also allows you to get Prime reading, so under that you can also get a bunch of free books under the Prime reading. So if I'm not wrong, they have Amazon Classics, they have a few short stories, they have short stories by Frederick Backman, they have short stories by Margaret Atwood, and it's also a pretty great way. And you can also just like download books. So if there's a book that's not available in India yet, if it's not released but it's out, like outside of India, you can just download that book and load it up on your Kindle. So Amazon Kindle has this really wonderful feature which is called Send to Kindle, and you can just like go up on your website and you can open Send to Kindle, and you can just load it up with whatever PDFs, whatever EPUBs you want, and all of that's gonna come into your Kindle library, and you can just like start reading. And if you're also a literature student, and if you also have to get a lot of critical reading done, and if for those critical reading you have PDFs or EPUBs, you can also just like send them on your Kindle and you can just like read them whenever. I think that's also a pretty convenient way, because I have currently been reading a bunch of research papers on romance books, and you could just like send them on your Kindle, and you don't have to read it like on a laptop or on your iPad, and you can just read it here, and it's so convenient. You can adjust the font, which is so incredible. So if you see, my font is pretty huge, and I think the bigger your font is, the quicker you read the books, because it like takes less amount of focus, if that makes sense. Like you don't have to plunge your eyes into the screen, and you can just like read from a distance, so you won't even like hamper your eyesight. So yeah, you can let me just show you. You can increase the font size, and that's how you can increase the font size. You can decrease the font size, you can read on light dark mode, and you can also connect it to your Wi-Fi. So it's just like incredible. And also, one of the main questions I got asked was that because my Kindle came from outside, does it or does it not interfere with like the Indian charging system, so like Indian electric sockets? And it doesn't, because I think if I'm not wrong, it's like a C cable charger. Why did I not prepare for this video better? But anyways, this is the socket, and I think it's a C type, right? Or if it's not, I'm gonna check and let you guys know. But I think this is the C type, so you can just like charge it very comfortably. It's not, you don't need an adapter or anything. You just like your phone's adapter would do, and it's just like pretty easy. And also the battery life is just to die for. It's so good, it's so good. And I think I only charge my Kindle like once every 2 weeks, and it just lasts me a lifetime. And also I saw this one advice in Archel's video. She's like a booktuber in India, and I saw this advice on her video. If you read on your Kindle with the airplane mode, you could just like read it for so much longer, and the battery will just not go. So you can also turn off the Wi-Fi, so that's also one way to save the battery. But I think the battery life in itself is like really good, so you need not worry about that. So battery life is amazing, you can read it whenever, no hassle of charging. And also it tells you how far along you're in the book. I've just like opened evenings and weekends, I'm like 3% in the book, which is pathetic. So that's 3%, you can see 3%, and it'll tell you how much time you have left in the book. So it's just like so convenient, it's so brilliant. And I am just like, I can't recommend getting an e-reader enough. If you can afford the Kindle Oasis, please by all means go ahead. But if not, I think you can also explore the Kobo, and Kobo is also a great option. And the best thing about an e-reader is just its accessibility, because okay, so when you're like, for example, if you're going somewhere, you don't want to carry like a huge iPad, or you don't want to carry physical books, because this would just like increase so much of like the weight in your bag. And I carry tote bags all the time, and my shoulders are probably just gonna give up on me like someday. And this thing is so light. One day I was in the rickshaw and it just almost flew away. I was like just like holding on to it for dear life. It's that light, so just like it's so convenient. It's very light. So there's that. And also, why are, I have a hot take. Why are clear cases so expensive in India? Why is a Kindle clear case 1,500 bucks? Are you kidding me? That's 15% the price of a Kindle. That's so not fair. Why is that true? Also, if somebody wants to gift me a Kindle clear case, please do so. Which is why I just have this like really basic black case. It has a bunch of stickers. It says "Stop making drama, you're not Shakespeare." I like big books and I cannot lie. Emotional support Kindle, and like the stickers are wearing off a little. but I just like really want a clear case. But I'm sorry, but I'm not spending 1500 rupees on a clear case. So I'm gonna start a petition to lower Kindle clear cases prices because that's just too expensive. Also, I got this really beautiful Kindle charm, so I need to put that on. But I'm so confused because I don't know how to put it on that cover. So I also need to buy a new cover so I can put in that Kindle charm. I'm just rambling at this point. Also, when you buy Kindle Unlimited, it just gets synced up to all your devices. So if you have Kindle on your Kindle, of course, but if you also have your iPad on your phone, it can just like sync up your progress across the books, and you could just like pick up from where you left off, and it's just like incredible. Also, I love the fact that it shows the cover, so you can either opt to show the covers on the Kindle, or you can opt to just like show off random pictures. So you can do that, and you just change it in the settings. And I also think that there's a feature which allows you to access voiceover when you tap on the screen. So I haven't explored that feature yet, but there's that. I'm gonna give you guys a spoiler alert. If you think you're gonna buy a Kindle and that's just gonna stop your paperback spending, it won't. It truly won't, because nothing in the world can stop me from buying paperbacks, and I am a Kindle girly at my core now. But and also it's just because it's so convenient, and take a shot every time I say convenient. So it's also because my physical TBR is also exclusively increasing because of the publishers, which I'm so grateful for. And they sent me a bunch of paperbacks, and this Catabasis arc was sent to me by HarperCollins, and I'm so excited to get into this one, which is not the point. The point is that my physical TBR is still overflowing because of the books I receive and because of the books I buy every now and then. It's still overflowing, and even when I need to buy a book, I would just like think about it for a while, and if I think that it's something that I really really want in my collection, only then I'm gonna buy it, because otherwise I just get so many books from publishers, and it's just like a lot to keep, and I have truly no space where to keep them. So it won't stop you from buying paperbacks, but absolutely will not. But it's just like it's going to help you narrow down which books to buy, because what if you buy a book and it's just like it's horrible and you hate it, and then you already spent 500 bucks on a paperback. So that's when it's going to come really really in hand, and you can prevent yourself from spending that money, and you could instead buy a book that you would actually like, and when you've already tried it reading on your Kindle. I think at the end of the day, it just like truly depends on what kind of a reader you are. And there are people who truly did not think that they would be e-readers, but now they can just like not live without their Kindle. And I think that's me, because while I wanted a Kindle for the longest time, I did not think that I would love it this much, and now I just can't imagine my life with this thing on me all the time. At the end of the day, the question that remains is if the Kindle is worth it. And to that, I say absolutely yes. If you can afford it, if it's in your budget, you should just like definitely get it, and it's just gonna change your life. And I am so stoked and grateful that I got this as a gift, and I'm so happy. I love this Kindle so much, and she is just on me. She's like my third limb at this point. You will never see me part from her. And yeah, so I think that's it for my Kindle review. If you have any more specific questions, please do leave them in the comments, and I'm also going to leave a bunch of Kindle Unlimited recommendations in the comments, so you can also check those out. So yeah, I think that's it for the video, and I'm so excited to be back. I hope you guys missed me, and I'm so glad to be back. So now you're also going to get one video every 5 weeks, so now that I'm back and my exams are over. But yeah, that's it for my Kindle review, and it's just, I don't know whether it's life changing again, but because it is life changing. And please do get yourself a Kindle, and if Kindles aren't available, get yourself a Kobo. Just like get yourself an e-reader, because it's gonna change your life. Why am I saying change your life like 50 times? But like that's the only way I know how to describe it, and it's the best thing in the world. Whoever invented a Kindle deserves a big fat forehead kiss by the person they love. And I am so excited. I love this Kindle. This Kindle is my life, and I love her so much. Also, just like look how pretty she is. The color is so stunning. I am just in love with her. And yeah, so if you have any questions, please do drop them in the comments. I'm gonna answer them as best as I know, and I'm so excited to be back. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope this was informational in some way. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and I'm so excited to be back. And thank you for watching, and Yeah, happy reading and get yourself a Kindle if you can. Bye.